Hi, I'm Devi.
I'm Kupo.
I'm Seigyo. And we're...
Poriikou!
So being non-monogamous is a new experience for most of us. As such, it was a bit of a different and even scary experience at first.
We each grew up in different parts of the world and, as such, had very different upbringings. But regardless of how or where we were raised, we're here together now.
Even with love in our hearts, coming out to people around you can be a little nerve-wracking. You can never truly know how one might react. Even worse, you might even lose connections to those you hold dear.
We didn't tell our parents immediately. We actually told our friends first, and even then, we tried to keep it somewhat of a secret.
Most of our friends reacted with an, "Oh, neat, anyway," reaction. A few were reluctant about how serious we were, but after a few months, they accepted it wasn't just a passing thing.
Even with our friends' acceptance, we still had some loved ones we needed to tell.
For a large portion of my life, it was just me and my mum. She's always been super open and understanding of people from all walks of life, and I'd like to think that that's contributed a lot to how I see things. My father wasn't ever really around, and honestly, I couldn't care less. I initially married young, and being young, I made a lot of dumb decisions. After immigrating to the US, I had the concept of open relationship dumped on me, and I accepted it wanting to make her happy, without understanding the whole rules and boundaries part of it. Plus, with my immigration initially being conditional on the marriage, it was definitely held above me if anything didn't go the way she wanted. This kind of left me skeptical of the concept of non-monogamy, and even relationships for a hot minute. I was hesitant at first about the concept of a polyamorous relationship, because, on top of that, I'm a people pleaser. I do my best to make sure I'm not stepping on anyone's toes, that everyone is comfortable as well. But Devi and Kupo are both great, and it left me thinking that this scenario could be different. And honestly, I have no complaints. When I first told my mom, she pretty much accepted it right away. I've never heard any complaints from her, and she enjoys hearing about what we're doing. Honestly, I think she's mostly just concerned that her son on the other side of the planet is happy and healthy. And honestly, I understand that.
It actually took a while for me to tell my parents. Not because I was scared to, but I don't really talk to them very often. I just hadn't gotten around to it. I first told my mom, though I don't think she believed me at first. She would always end calls by saying, "Oh, say hi to Kupo for me." It wasn't until after she came to visit when she realized, oh yeah, she got 2 partners for real for real. She loves them both now. As for my dad, I don't remember if I actually told him properly, but maybe that's for the best.
Say and Devi had an advantage to coming out. They lived hundreds and thousands of miles away from their parents. I, on the other hand, live about 30 minutes away. While I should have told my parents much earlier, there was a lingering fear that something bad would happen. Call it lingering Catholic guilt, call it anxiety, or whatever you will, but I was paralyzed with fear. Thankfully, I didn't keep it a secret from all of my family. It turns out my niece, we'll call her AJ, was also in a poly relationship. I guess it runs in the family. And I told her first. She was kind about it and was more surprised that I had still kept it a secret from the other parts of the family. Eventually, push came to shove, and I had to tell my parents. We invited them to a dinner, got on our best outfits, and made a reservation at the fanciest place I could think of. Cheesecake Factory. Okay, not fancy, but at the very least, a safe bet of decent food. We arrived, we stood in line for like 10 minutes, and we dined, joked, and gabbed until finally I let it out. Hey Mom, Dad, there's something I need to tell you. We're all in a relationship together. And my dad goes, "Well, yeah, I figured that out when you brought him." I've known tons of people in different relationships, and I don't want to lose you. So, it's all good, okay? After we hashed it out, we continued eating. We had
breadsticks,
which were bomb as heck, and everything ended up fine. And then we all clapped.
So, that about wraps it up. If you have any comments, questions, or in general just want to say hi, feel free to let us know in the comments.
good night.